Our guest is building a service management office, has served as a service desk and customer service agent for many years, is an IT manager, has experience as service delivery manager at Monsanto, a small company, a stint in consulting. She's now a director of support and experience at Jamf. Welcome to Ticket Volume, news and information for improving IT experiences, powered by Invigate. Welcome to Ticket Volume, Melissa Teater.
Thank you so much for having me, Matt.
Yes. So let's talk real quick about Jamf, because I don't know that everyone knows what it is. So what is
Yeah.
Jamf?
So Jamf offers everything for an organization to really consume and secure Apple products in their environment, creating simplicity in the workflows through management of those devices and security of those devices, but also really helping to extend the native Apple experience through to an organization so that the end user experience still is as delightful as you would expect when leveraging Apple products.
Awesome. Good 30-second elevator pitch. Well done. But now let's shift, because Jamf, I think that's just great for context. But now let's shift to your role, because
Sure.
the reason that I got you on as a guest, Melissa, is because I saw you were hiring for service management positions. And
Yeah,
I come to find out you're building a service management organization. So talk a
that's
little
correct.
bit about that. Where is that sitting in the organization? Is it traditional IT? And what are you hiring for?
Yeah, so I took this role a little while ago at Jamf as the director of IT support and experience. And some folks wouldn't think, oh, service management office inside of what is essentially service desk or support functions. But because of my background with service management and just knowing the power that we can leverage when we're using ITIL principles and best practices in IT service management, as I was going through my discovery, first starting with Jamf and in my team, I recognized a real opportunity to start implementing ITIL best practices across the organization. So this new organization will be in my team until it will likely expand and grow over time. And then we'll figure out if it's best suited to be with me still, or if there's another champion that it might be best suited for. But the best part of this is the opportunity to start layering in service management from the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamf has grown very organically over the last 20 years. Happy birthday, Jamf. And so because of that, there's just a lot of pain points as we're starting to scale and grow our company to a global organization. So having that backbone of service management and the service management office will really help with the stability and the scalability of not only our processes, but for our platforms as well.
This totally makes sense. You've got service and support, and they're already running, and you're
Yeah.
seeing this opportunity in the organization to get the benefits of service management. So you're sort of building a separate entity, so to speak, like a second team, and then you're
That's
going to
right.
determine where it goes from there. Is that kind of right?
Yeah, and so we have to start where we are
Mm-hmm.
and really take in, just from a process perspective, a real MVP by selecting a very small subset of the practice areas such as incident management, knowledge, service requesting catalog, etc. And then from there, it's where are we really feeling pain as an organization where we can get the biggest bang for our buck. So you'd ask me about the type of roles. Well, clearly we need a brilliant people leader who has all of the experience, and we fortunately have been able to find that person. They're going to be starting soon and they'll be the people leader for that group, but also have a wealth of background in ITSM, ITAM, ITOM, all the other alms that come along with building out a really great practice. In addition to that, we've identified that change control and enablement is something that is really going to help us reduce risk.
Mm-hmm.
All the other reasons why you would look at change management, right? And then asset management. So we have those as kind of our forward thinking approaches or our next clicks in that MVP and agile model. And, when you start any of these, you're never done.
Right.
Okay, we're finished this project. Nope. Now what? Well, when we released it, we realized that there were 11 billion other things that we also forgot that we need to do too. So, you keep your continual service improvement registers. You do. There's folks who are going to understand the words that I'm saying and be like, yeah. And other folks are like, she's saying boardroom bingo. Yeah. Those words probably mean something.
Yeah, but you're bootstrapping. You're bootstrapping a service management
That's right.
office. How big is Jamf?
So we are just over 2,500 people
Okay,
globally
so
and
pretty big.
continuing to grow. Yeah, trajectory to continue to grow. Um, you know, this is going to really help us provide that stability and scalability that Jamf will need to continue its success.
Yes, all service
Providing
management.
value.
Yes,
That's right. Providing
exactly.
value
Yeah.
back to the business. That's
Yeah.
right.
It's funny you mentioned those as values to the business, but that really is, yeah, I think of it as table stakes.
Yep.
Stability, availability, like it just has to be there. But in reality, it's not always there. And so you always need to have these underlying processes in place so that you can learn from your issues,
Mm-hmm.
incidents, events, and monitoring and observability, and just being able to say, okay, we're sensing these things, now let's respond to them. And it's always interesting to me how people can survive in a world without that. So I'm curious, like, where are you now? What's it like now? And what do you expect to see in the future?
So right now, we've really gone through our initial stabilization effort. When I first started, it's been almost 4 months that I've been with Jamf now. We've almost completed rolling out our first phase of the transformation program. And that was really focused on the IT support and the processes and the platforms that are part of that. So, like traditional service desk and support, metrics and processes and ticket handling, things like that, that really
Mm-hmm.
needed to just evolve. And it's kind of exciting because we just trained our staff this week, as a matter of fact, as we're rolling out those processes into what I consider production. We've also been able to stabilize and reconfigure ServiceNow, the very specific modules of incident, service request, etc., and release knowledge-centered support as part of this effort so that we can continue to drive better experiences for our consumers or our end users internally to Jamf. And where we're going to go is this is a 2-year roadmap and 3 phases. So
Okay.
if you think of it as immediate family is what we focused on first for these
Okay.
last couple months. Then we're going to move it to extended family. So we're going to talk to our cousins and our aunts and our uncles and the rest of IT to get them bought into tiered support modeling and those kind of
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
and really start to focus on their pain points from a process perspective. And this is where that SMO is going to come help really with event management, problem management, major incident management. And then it goes to friends, right? So the rest of Jamf and some really cool things like AI bots, DevOps tools, and AI ops tools that are going to help us provide a much more remarkable experience for any Jamf internally. And then we're just going to continue to grow and mature our processes once we get them established.
Awesome. That's so good. I love hearing someone who's mid-strategy, you've kind of got the basics in place and now
Yeah,
you're going to take it to the next level. I also really like the way that you talk about the personas involved with their immediate family, cousins and aunts and
that's
then
right.
friends. So, what do you kind of see as your future challenges? What roadblocks are you looking for ahead? Where are you going to take this in the future?
So I think anytime a company grows organically, and certainly experienced this a lot when I was a consultant for a while, change can sometimes feel scary for folks, but also there's a lot of silos that we normally have to break down. And so that is a very normal thing to occur within any organization. It doesn't matter what company you are, how big you are, just you've grown the way you've grown, and now you have people doing very specific things. So Organizational change management to me is one of the best things and the most potential for a roadblock, because you have to make sure that folks are bought in, that they are part of the decision-making process, that they feel like they've been heard, and that no one's just off working in a box to just slam something in, right? Everybody's involved, and we're communicating that in a way that sometimes feels slow to folks. It makes them the longest pole in the tent is OCM. Every time.
Every time.
We could get so much done if it wasn't for the humans.
Yeah.
And so we are humans.
Yeah.
And it's humans who make the choices. It's humans that are the ones who are orchestrating the process, who are architecting what we're going to do, who are driving out the innovation. The tools are just literally called a platform because it's the thing that you stand on, that supports all of your processes. So organizational change management and just making sure that people are informed and engaged.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like you've got a lot of stuff figured out, which is great. I really like that you're focused on OCM, of course, because that really, I feel like with ITIL 4 and I don't know, all the frameworks really, they're starting to realize that, listening to the users is kind of where we need to start for all these process improvements. But also that you're not trying to boil the ocean and you're not trying to take a top-down approach. You're really just taking Jamf as it is and adding this OCM element and a formal office element to provide that value, to provide that benefit without, a huge top-down change. We're going to train everyone in ITIL and no, just do what the organization needs, take the action and work slowly towards the future.
Absolutely.
Okay. So where can people find and connect with you if they're looking for roles or just want to learn more?
So we will continue to be expanding that over years. I'm sure it will happen, that service management office. But they want to connect with me. They can find me on LinkedIn, of course. Sometimes you can find me in karaoke bars, but I won't tell you which ones yet. Yeah, that's the best place to connect is through LinkedIn, where we can all learn and grow and share with each other our experiences and help each other continue to succeed as in the industry.
Yep. Well, thank you for being on, Melissa. Thank you for being on Ticket Volume.
Thank you for having me.
And for our audience, thanks for hitting play. I'll see you around the way. I'm your host, Matt Barron. You can find me on Twitter as Matt Barron. Don't forget to post a review, send feedback, or send it to me directly. Subscribe to Ticket Volume on your favorite platforms. And thank you for listening to Ticket Volume, a podcast powered by Invigate.